Yo, what is up, guys? It is Cat Thumbs here. We have another episode of Raw Deal Podcast. Raw is pretty good. Garrett?
That was good.
Garrett?
Garrett doesn't even know what he's doing.
All right, never mind.
Damn it, I ruined
Charlie.
the last one. Did not
Charlie,
mean for that to happen.
you weren't able to watch it much, right? I'm trying to throw it to Garrett, but he's too busy dabbing and knocking his headset off.
I didn't mean to do it.
I caught it right after Sasha and Bayley happened, apparently.
Oh, okay.
So that is when I was able to flip it on.
So you missed all the good stuff, is what you're saying.
Basically.
Yes. Welcome, Jace. Welcome to the show.
Jace is in a lot of our chats.
Beast. All right, so we kicked off Raw. Kurt Angle came out and basically said, he's got to clear up who's going to face Brock Lesnar, because as we know last week, and by the way, we're going to give our reactions to Battleground after this. That should be fun.
Wait, do you mean he was trying to see who's going to face Brock Lesnar?
Yes, Bork Laser. So Bork Laser is defending the title at SummerSlam. It was just Kurt Angle is going to let us know who that person was. Basically, Roman Reigns, Samoa Joe, and Braun Strowman all came out and pleaded their case. And Kurt Angle's like, screw it, dude. We're getting all of them. We're getting a fatal four-way. I personally think that that's the best decision because these are four big dudes. Someone's probably going to die, right, Charlie?
I can see death being an option here. That's for sure.
It could happen.
I mean,
So it's a fatal four-way?
I was telling Garrett something that I really like is that putting them all in a match together and then giving that match some extra time, I think is way better than just splitting this up into two feuds. You could have done Strowman and Lesnar and Samoa Joe and Roman Reigns as two feuds, but why bother? You could always do that after SummerSlam, and SummerSlam's already going to be like a 6-hour show or something crazy, so I'd rather have them all thrown in one match. What do you think, Garrett?
Yeah, I know the exact way you can do it too. If you have Strowman win the match, then you can have Lesnar and him have his rematch, whatever the next Raw pay-per-view is. I don't know what it is, but whatever that one is, and then you can have them do that, and then you can have like Joe cost Reigns, right?
Yeah, pretty much. You could just have like Joe blames Samoa Joe blames Roman Reigns for losing the match or whatever. And
No. I'm saying you could have Joe like Roman be about to win and Joe like swoop in and try and get the win, but then Strowman just like destroys him or something.
yeah, sure, you could do something like that.
That way you can create some storyline stuff. I don't know. I just think it'd be cool.
Yeah, exactly. I think those will be the feuds they'll go to after this. Hopefully, Strowman takes the title off Lesnar. I don't know. I'm really. He's got to be the favorite for the match right now, right?
Oh yeah, I would think.
Which totally down with. You're down with that, right, Charlie?
Oh, hell yeah.
Strap the rocket to him, man. I'm ready. So we will be getting a fatal four-way for the Universal title at SummerSlam. That's got to be the main event of the whole show, and I'm totally down with it.
So we got two confirmed SummerSlam tonight. That's cool.
Yep. We then got Elias Samson versus Finn Balor, which
Again?
This is the no DQ match. Remember last week Samson broke the guitar over Balor, and then they were like, all right, well, we're doing a no DQ next week. So they had Samson and Balor in a no DQ match tonight, and Samson got a couple pins. It was a pretty solid match. Balor was about to win, about to hit the coup de grace, and the lights go out, and Bray Wyatt comes in and wrecks out. Kind of it, right? Your standard Bray Wyatt stuff, but I don't know. I think that they can.
So not interested in that feud. I'm more interested in the Samson Balor feud than the Bray Balor feud at this point.
Well, I was going to talk about that. So, is there any way Samson somehow makes this a triple threat mid card at SummerSlam? Is there any way they let Samson in this match?
That'd be interesting. That's for sure. Oh, we got some people in the chat. Manuel says, "What's up, Visokii? Give me the updates." Jay says, "Do you think this will be the time for Roman's heel turn?"
No.
Hey,
dude,
man,
if you can almost kill somebody and not turn heel, then no. That's the answer for now and forever.
Yeah, he's always going to be a baby face with heel tendencies.
Melissa asked, "What's up with Charlie?" I'm not at my normal setup, so if I sound weird, it's because I don't have a mic hooked up. I'm talking through the computer.
Yeah, and he's also on like some weird internet at where he's at, so probably doing no video is probably best for the connection. I'd rather have him with good audio than choppy audio and choppy video. So
yeah, to crash the whole thing. And then we also got a Kat from Brooklyn. She's telling everyone about us to subscribe. The goal is 700. We appreciate it, Kat.
Yeah, we're almost at 650 right now. Which, just a reminder, our goal at the beginning of summer was to hit 200. So
yeah. 200
we're at
views.
We're coming up on 700 subscribers and 80,000 views. So
that's awesome.
We were wanting, by the way, just before, but I don't mean to interrupt. The two goals we had were 10,000 views and 200 subscribers, and we've got almost like 8 times as many views as we were expecting, and 4 times as many subscribers as we were expecting. I mean, that's
so we appreciate it. Much love.
Gotta make a quick pit stop and take the dog out. So I'll be right back. You guys go on.
Well, I ruined Charlie's whatever he was gonna say. So
dog's a freak. Way to go, Garrett. So the match didn't have an ending, right? It was was it a Bray Wyatt distraction and a Samson win, or
no, the distraction happened. I don't know what the constituted. I was kind of looking away during this match a little bit. Like I was paying attention, but I wasn't. I think then Samson. I don't know what is this. He doesn't really have a finishing move, does he? I mean,
yeah, he does. He's been using that. It's like a spinning neck breaker, but
oh right. Yeah, I couldn't think because he doesn't win all that much.
Which, by the way, later on in the night, speaking of neck breakers, I love how Jason Jordan debuts this really sweet finisher. It's like he pops the guy up and spins him. The guy does a backflip, and then he turns it into a neck breaker while the guy's falling to the ground. And Mike Cole just goes, he goes, Jason Jordan with a neck breaker.
I got to see this move. I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, yeah, it was awesome.
Let me just see. It's probably on YouTube.
Power, man. All right, so we went into a Kurt Angle interview. Kurt Angle basically just said he's got butterflies waiting for his boy to have his debut match on Raw, which happens later on in the night. A lot of the same thing we've been seeing. And then Enzo comes out, cuts his pretty standard stuff, saying Enzo's basically playing the role of. I thought about this because people were like, "Oh, dude, why aren't they giving big cast jobbers, to kind of build up before he gets into like a big feud?" He's doing exactly what Braun Strowman did, except for instead of having a different jobber every week, he's just going to kick Enzo's ass every week. And then let's be real, and Enzo's the best guy on the roster in order to get beat up, and he's got the history with Big Cass. So Enzo's just going to be the little annoying fly that won't go away, just like the episode of Beavis and Butthead that Charlie and Rick and I watched last night. And
the penalty, death.
You failed. The penalty, death. Staring at a dog in the pound. Savage, dude. But nah. So Big Cass comes out. They have a match. Big Cass kills him. That's kind of it. And then it cuts to an interview with Alexa Bliss. It was announced last week that Sasha Banks and Bayley were going to have a match between each other to determine who the number 1 contender will be for Alexa Bliss's title at SummerSlam. I wish they'd saved the match. We can talk about that a little bit, but it was a pretty awesome match. Alexa Bliss basically just throwing shade at both of them, trying to tease that dissension between Bayley and Sasha. Bliss is really good at just being bitchy. And then that's kind of it. So then we cut into Nia Jax versus Emma. I got a phone call at this point. What happened, Garrett?
Man, this is really terrible. I wasn't really paying attention. All I know is I was trying to catch up with the show, so like sometimes I'll skip a little bit what happens. I know Nia was kicking her ass, and then she beat her with this like really, really cool like front flip senton that I didn't even know Nia Jax could do.
Nice.
Like it was like she's obviously like working on expanding her what would you call it, her repertoire of moves, so it's not just Samoan drops and whatever else to finish the leg drop to finish.
True. Melissa said I almost killed the girl. LOL.
Yeah,
Hey, that's what she does. We need you to
no, like she wasn't
Nia
getting up.
and
Like
Tamina, who can? Let's just have Nia and Tamina just go at each other in like a standard hardcore match. Bring out the trash cans and stuff and see who dies first.
the Samoan SummerSlam showdown.
Oh Jesus, the SSS, the triple S. But yeah, so it's good that Nia and Emma both got on TV. You know, even if it was a short segment, because like I said, I got a quick phone call and it really was done in like 5 minutes, but I didn't see any of the match, so I figured I had to go pretty quick. Akira Tozawa came out to have a match. Basically, he was scheduled to have a match with Arya Daivari, which we remember last week. Titus O'Neil basically threw in the towel on Tozawa, call off the match. Tozawa got pissed at him, had a rematch on 205 Live with Daivari, and Arya Daivari beat his arm up a bunch, and Tozawa got a roll-up pin. And then Tozawa wanted another match this week on Raw, and Titus O'Neil comes to him backstage and says, "Hey man, your shoulders in too rough a shape. I got your match canceled." Tozawa's like, "The hell you didn't." And he just decides he's going to walk down to the ring and wait for Daivari to come out. Dude, got some dogs down barking at each other. We got some angry dogs. So he's standing in the ring, and Neville's music hits, and they're like, "That's not Arya Daivari." Yeah, no shit. And Neville comes walking down to the ring, says he's gonna prove a point. He goes to beat up Tozawa, and then Arya Daivari comes down to the ring and lays waste to both of them. I thought this was awesome. What do you think, Jared?
Yeah, I thought that was cool. I didn't expect him to attack Neville.
No, same. Neville kind of gave him the look like, "Go ahead, you beat him up." And he beat up Tozawa, but then he went after Neville as well, and we ended the last thing we saw from any of the cruiserweights on the show was Arya Daivari standing there with the Cruiserweight Championship.
Yeah, like I don't see why not. I don't see why you couldn't push Daivari. Like maybe this is when you have Neville drop the belt just for once, and then you have like a triple threat going on or something, you know? Because if he has the belt, he's gonna still want to fight Daivari, and Daivari's standing tall. I mean, it's guys like Daivari and Mustafa Ali who are good enough in the ring that you're like, why are these guys not being featured? Especially Mustafa Ali, but that has nothing really to do with this. But how these guys aren't being featured, you just don't know. And then well, you know why? Because they don't put any faith in the cruiserweights. But
yeah,
I don't know. It just feels like there's plenty of talent to go around. It doesn't have to stay with the same people all the time.
Charlie, if you were booking the cruiserweights, what do you think would be the ideal match at SummerSlam for him?
At SummerSlam, honestly, I'd have to go. I think it's time to have a multi-man match somewhere along the line, right? I mean, they've only had these one-on-ones for the title, so why not? I'd throw a ladder match. I've been saying for a while that they should do a ladder match.
That's what I was just gonna say. After they might be going the way of just doing a triple threat or something at SummerSlam, but I would love if we had like Mustafa Ali come out next week and get the upper hand on Neville. Pretty much we had all these people get the upper hand on Neville, and then all of a sudden we get like Neville, TJP, Mustafa Ali, Arya Daivari, Akira Tozawa, and Cedric Alexander, like in a ladder match at SummerSlam. Go bigger.
See, that would be huge.
Do we have any more things in chat, Charlie?
Yeah, man. We got some people talking Big Brother. We got Jace who says, "I'm so glad I found a YouTube channel that is a fan of both my interests, which is WWE and Big Brother." He says, "Thanks, guys." Thanks for tuning in, Jace. We appreciate it, man.
That's awesome. Like we weren't exactly going for that demographic. Figured I'd have two separate audiences, but I mean, I'm hoping that we get some. What I really like is the people that come in and they're like, "Hey, I really wasn't into Big Brother, and I just kind of caught an episode and just like found your show, and like I watch it every week now." Like my mom, for instance, obviously it's my mom. She's gonna like it, but she's literally like she doesn't watch wrestling and she doesn't watch Big Brother, And yet she's like, I just tune into your streams just to watch it sometimes. You know, I'm sitting at the house. She's like, I don't mind listening to you guys talk about it, so why not? Those are the kinds of people I like, man, where it's like, you know what? I came for the Big Brother streams, but I figured I'd tune into a wrestling stream. Doesn't sound too bad. Maybe I'll check out wrestling, or vice versa. You know, I think that's so.
Very true. Have a good night, Kat. Kat's signing off for the night. So have a good night.
All right, have a good night.
Later. But so I put up this. I'm gonna pepper a couple of these in throughout the show, but I put up a post on this wrestling group that me and Charlie are in. Charlie actually saw it. It's like a fantasy booking thing where I give them any wrestler from any promotion, like any time period. But the match has to be really technically sound. And the card is one women's match, one singles regular match, a tag title match, a mid-card title match, and a main event title match. And I got one post so far in there, so if I get any more, I might chime in. But this is so for women's, they have Charlotte versus Asuka versus Kairi Sane. Singles match is HBK versus Tanahashi. I would pay just to see that match.
That'd be cool.
Tag titles is DIY versus Motor City Machine Guns. Again, that'd probably be a killer match.
Who are the Motor City Machine Guns?
They're the guys from TNA that were like tearing up Ring of Honor for like the last couple of years.
Daniel and Frankie Kazarian.
Yes.
The ones I was showing you. We watched TNA.
Yeah. Their mid-card title match is Kushida versus Aries. Again, be a really, really good match. And then the main event match is AJ versus Eddie Guerrero. AJ Styles versus Eddie Guerrero. That match. Oof.
I don't know, bro. If we're talking technically sound, I don't think you could beat a good old Tully Blanchard versus Bruno Sammartino.
What? And Brady, how many Bruno Sammartino matches have you seen?
All of them.
Yeah.
I saw every title defense.
All what is it, 5,000 days or something?
Well, welcome, YDG. Welcome to the show.
It's like JBL when he shows his age. He's like, we haven't seen a hit like that since the Bee Gees came out. It's like, dude, stop.
I'd enjoy like a Ricochet Seth Rollins. I feel like,
Oh God,
something like that. That could be cool.
New wrestling fans.
Oh, I think
whatever, bro. You're just a mark.
I don't know what I'd do.
Lips. That's all you are, bro.
I don't know what I would do. I would do probably in the main event match. I'm not going to go through all of them because it's too much time. But I think for just that main event match, I probably would, weirdly enough, not feature AJ or Sammy, even though they're both pretty good and I like both of them. No, I think I'm going to take Kenny Omega and who's a good person for any promotion, man. This is hard. Kenny Omega and Razor in his prime.
What about Chris Benoit versus Daniel Bryan?
Oh God.
I only say that because I think if you take like NWO style Razor and then Bullet Club Kenny, that's just, you know what I mean? I feel like that's like two big clashes. And that's just me being a mark,
All right. Anyway, we got to move on. We got a bunch of show. Plus we got to do our Battleground recap. So, Bayley and Sasha were backstage. Basically, the big key was Sasha's already thinking ahead to SummerSlam. Bayley's like, you should worry about tonight a little bit. And Sasha's like, what's that supposed to mean? She's like, well, I think I can beat you. And Sasha's like, all right, we'll see. Jason Jordan, and then that led to a match later on in the night. But we had a little interview with Jason Jordan. He said basically the same exact thing Kurt Angle said earlier in the night. He has butterflies. But he doesn't feel any pressure. He knows he's good, and he's just gonna go show the world. He's gonna go show off, pretty much. And then we might as well just talk about the Jason Jordan match right now. Kurt Hawkins had a little backstage segment saying he's gonna win, and then he doesn't, obviously. Match was about 2 minutes, probably. Jason Jordan just threw him around like a rag doll and debuted his finisher, which was awesome. And
I actually caught the finisher on.
And like I said earlier,
yeah, I saw it too.
What I hated was that, one thing I hated, he doesn't have new music. They're probably just in the process of making new music for him. But then his finisher was awesome, and then Michael Cole just calls it a neck breaker. He's like, Jason Jordan with a neck breaker.
Hey, maybe he stuttered and didn't know the name.
I don't know. If you're going to debut it, you got to at least give the announcers your...
I don't think Michael Cole was paying attention tonight. when Seth Rollins, there's a move later in the night when the main event where Seth Rollins like was supposed to get DDT, but he didn't, and Michael Cole was like, "Oh, DDT," even though nothing happened.
What if Jason Jordan keeps that music and Chad Gable gets new music?
Hey, I mean, when he comes out with Shelton Benjamin, I mean, they're gonna come out with the old Team America theme anyway, or whatever.
He loved the finisher from
Jordan. What it's called was Team America.
Team Angle.
Team Angle, that's right.
Oh,
I was like, it was Team something, but I was like, no, Team America is the movie.
World Police, yeah.
So
America.
Jason Jordan wins his debut. Ambrose and Seth Rollins were backstage, just teasing. It's a lot of the same stuff they've been doing. Rollins really wants to team up. He's excited to get the quote-unquote Shield reunion, and Ambrose is like, nah. And Rollins is like, dude, we got to get on the same page because there's 3 of them and only 2 of us because they're in a handicap match against Miz and the Miz Taraj. And I really like the line that Ambrose got. I know it's probably written, but he is like, because Rollins is like, we have to worry about 3 of them. And he's like, you have to worry about 3 people. I have to worry about 4. And then walks off. Because he does not trust Rollins at all. And I loved that line. Yeah, I loved that line. I thought that was fantastic. We then had Bayley versus Sasha for the #1 contenders match. They gave these girls some time. I think it was probably, I don't know, if I had to guess, probably 12, 13 minutes. Really good, solid, some false finishes, paced really well. Good facial expressions from both of them. They told a really good story, and bless you. And Bayley ends up winning clean. What do you think about that, Charlie? You were shocked in the chat when you were like, "Oh, what happened?"
Yeah, I thought it was. If you would have asked me before the show, I said, "Yeah, 100% Sasha's winning." I mean, why Bayley? I don't understand that. When Bayley wins this, all I think about is, why don't we have Emma or Nia Jax or fucking even Mickie James, someone, Dana Brooke? But I don't know, dude.
You'd really rather have Mickie James versus Alexa at SummerSlam?
Or Dana
I would rather
Brooke?
have Sasha. I'd rather
Dana
have
Brooke?
Sasha than Bayley. I just don't want Bayley at all.
Mickie James isn't anything special, but at least she's got the star factor. But Dana Brooke?
I don't know.
Mainly Emma is who I'm talking about.
They got to be going Bayley Sasha at WrestleMania, right? So one of them had to win at SummerSlam and probably hold the title all the way through. And this is a way to do it, So I don't know. I'm okay with the call. I'd rather, because if Bayley holds the title from SummerSlam till WrestleMania, she won't get stale because she's never had a big long run with it before. If Sasha were to hold it till WrestleMania, there is a definite chance that she'd get stale.
I have to agree.
So that's my thinking on it. But anyway, Bayley will face Alexa Bliss at SummerSlam, so that's your second confirmed match.
Stiff match, man. That was really
down
stiff.
with it. Down with it.
It was so stiff. Oh my gosh, there was that one neck breaker spot through the ropes. I thought I don't know, I think it was Sasha took it. She took like 3 massive bumps. Like there was a big back body drop.
Nasty.
Oh.
You got some height, dude.
Yeah, you can tell she did that thing where they hold themselves like they don't move, they don't flip completely so that they land harder. And it was good. Anyway.
It was good. We then had a little bit of promo from the Revival. It was a little weird. So Revival came out bragging about how they beat the Hardys last week. And then the club comes out. And we thought that this was going to be kind of like a face turn for the Revival. But really what it's 2 heel teams trying to assert dominance, and they don't do this very often. I really like this. Did you, Garrett?
Oh, yeah, it was interesting. It was definitely something we don't ever get to see. Because I messaged you in the chat. I was like, was that a Gallows and Anderson face turn? Like, what? Because they were acting
Gallows and Anderson face turn. Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, I was like, what is going on here? And then after, watching their match that they would go on to have, you realize neither one of these teams is changing the way that they are. They're just trying to be that guy. I mean, Gallows and Anderson were coming out making jokes about Luke Gallows made a joke that they were bald first. Like, that's more of a knock on you, bro.
One thing I just remembered that really pissed me off. Right at the beginning of this match, right before the match happened, Michael Cole goes, what a treat we're in for tonight, folks. 2 young up-and-coming teams going at it.
Oh, yeah. Dude, he sucked from what I heard.
Ooh.
Young up-and-coming teams, bro. Do we need to look up the ages of Gallows and Anderson?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Maybe the Revival, but definitely not Gallows and Anderson.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Gallows and Anderson have been on TV for a little while, too. It's just weird. Like, yeah. But the match...
Champion even.
Yeah, the match was solid. Hardys end up coming out in the middle of the match, distracting Gallows and Anderson, get more distracted. Revival wins off the distraction. So Gallows and Anderson get beat up by the Revival, and then the Hardys come in and beat up the Revival. So Hardys stand tall. More 50-50 booking, but it seems like we're definitely going for Hardys and Revival. This is a way to write Gallows and Anderson off a little bit, and I'm all right with it. Are you down for Revival Hardys at SummerSlam, Charlie? It looks like that's the way we're going.
Yeah, I mean, that would be a who faces the champion?
Well, that's the question.
So
They weren't on TV this week, so.
yeah. The last thing we were just talking about, Jace asked a question. He said, if the Shield reunites, do you think Roman will get booed as much or at all?
I think.
What was the question?
He said, if the Shield reunites, do you think Roman will get booed as much as he is now or not at all?
I think that if they're smart, if they booked it as the Shield, they would always book Roman like as the outsider, kind of, because then they can book Dean and Seth as faces that like don't trust Roman either. Like they're jealous of the spotlight that he's been getting. That way, every time they show a little bit of dissension, the fans will go nuts, hoping that Seth and Dean turn on.
True.
On Roman Reigns. So who knows?
I see some problems with that. I mean, I think he'd still get booed. Honestly, like there's no way. People, whether he does everything we want him to do or not, people are gonna boo. I mean, like, it's almost a cool thing to boo Roman Reigns at this point. Like when everyone hated on Justin Bieber when they were like 14, like that's, exactly. It's like that. Like all the people now are just hating on Roman Reigns because everyone hates on Roman Reigns. It's not even like.
Did you say when we were 14?
I said when people were 14.
Oh,
like the general
when
masses.
I was 14, Justin Bieber was in diapers.
Yeah, I said guys. when guys, just guys in general.
No, I totally agree. It's the cool thing to boo Roman Reigns right now. Even though literally you go watch any wrestling podcast with people that know what they're talking about, and they're like, dude, Roman Reigns does good work. Like everyone, it's just
True.
fun. So yeah. We get a little bit of a Shield reunion, 2 of the 3. So Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose end up working pretty well together. Match was all right. I mean, I think Axel and Dallas look way less like henchmen than a lot of these other factions that we've seen in the past, right? They seem like actual superstars, not just henchmen for The Miz. Maybe that's just because I like both guys. But to me, they seem way more legitimate than like the Edgeheads did.
That's a good point. I kind of feel the same.
Like Curtis Axel actually countered out of a Dirty Deeds at the end of the match. The henchmen don't do that. They just take every bump.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Yeah.
So it's good that they're established veterans, and that's how they're portrayed on TV too. But anyway, Dean and Seth.
Got me thinking.
But
You got me thinking about the Edgeheads now. It was Kurt Hawkins and who else? I forget.
Zack Ryder.
Zack Ryder, yeah. 2 guys that would go on in the future. I just wanted to.
Yeah. So, but like they just seemed like nothing compared to Ed. Like the same.
Oh yeah, completely.
Like
Right. I get what you're saying. I was just trying to think of who it was. I was like, man, those guys.
Yeah. I mean, and maybe that's the problem, is that a lot of times these people come in that are helping main event superstars or even mid-card superstars. They're like not even established beforehand. They just come in. Like no one's going to take the Singh brothers seriously, and no one's supposed to take them seriously.
They're there to put over gender.
Exactly. which that's what Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel are there for too, but they might actually be able to do something with this after this. So overall, I personally thought the first 2 hours went pretty quick. I thought I wasn't really interested in watching the main event personally. It was a solid match, good in-ring work, but I didn't really care too much for stuff, mainly because it's like I knew Jason Jordan was going to win. I knew that they were going to do something with the Hardys, and I knew how the last match was going to end as well. Which by the way, the Miz ends up getting, or no, Miz got a skull-crushing finale, but then Seth Rollins broke it up, and the faces end up getting the win. And Rollins goes for the Shield fist touch, and Dean's
and he leaves him hanging, right? Yeah.
And Dean was happy and gave him a hug, but he's like, nah, we're not going that far, bro. I'm hoping that they end up running into some animosity and they need Roman. And that would probably make people boo the Shield if they're like, oh my God, dude, WWE, don't do this. They need Roman.
Oh my, dude, I would totally love it. Just Dean and Seth just standing outside on different sides of the door to his locker room. How do we even talk to him? Do we have to call him ahead of time now? Do we have to set up an appointment? That'd be great.
That'd be really funny if it's Roman's got his own dressing room. If they totally went with the Roman as the company guy, has his own dressing room, has his own costume people, his own makeup, his own everything.
Oh, dude, no. Do you remember when before Shield, when he first came in and when NXT was first taking off and he came out in a suit? You know what I'm talking about? Not a suit, but
I didn't.
Oh, Charlie, you know what I'm talking about?
I've seen what you're talking. I didn't see it.
I didn't see it either. I just seen pictures and video of it.
He came out.
If he goes back to that gimmick and he's the company guy, that would be great.
Yeah, you're gonna call him ahead of time. That was pretty good. Yeah.
Then they call up Drew McIntyre, and Drew McIntyre takes the belt off him that he's holding at that time. The guy that used to be the company guy but got screwed and came back just to take down the current company guy.
Yeah, dude.
Man, Drew is so good. You guys don't watch NXT that are somehow listening to this. Just enjoy Drew McIntyre while he's down there. Trust me.
So damn good, dude.
Oh my.
A Drew McIntyre Sheamus match needs to take place.
Oh.
There would be death.
Someone's losing teeth.
Dude, yeah.
Someone's car alarm's going off by Brady.
Yeah, you know what? It happened. They're all one-bedroom apartments here, and somehow there's 8 people living in the one kitty corner to me. Luckily, I got an old lady that lives below me, so.
True. Jay says he loves NXT. I gotta use the bathroom, guys, so carry on talking for a minute.
Yeah, so we're gonna skip to Battleground stuff anyway. So that'll be it for the Raw review. Garrett, what would you give Raw for a grade?
I'll give it a solid B.
I think I'm gonna give it an A- this week because it held my attention for most of it. I didn't get bored, and I go through these spells where I'm really into wrestling and then I'm really not into wrestling. And this week is just one of those ones where it's you know what, I'm feeling some wrestling. I was looking forward to it all day. I had an alarm set. I went to go take a nap and I had an alarm set for 7:45, so I'd be up. Because when you got nothing to do all day and you went to the gym yesterday, so your muscles are killing you, so you can't even go work out again. You just take naps. All right, so let's talk some Battleground. The best match of the night was the first match of the night. Well, okay, pre-show. Actually, we need to talk about the pre-show match. Ty Dillinger faced Aiden English, and Aiden English went over clean. What do you think about that decision?
I don't know what they're doing with Ty, man. I think they're just waiting because I don't know what you got to give him a mid-card push. You can't give him. I don't think you can jump him straight to the main title. I just don't. I don't even know if he goes there in because in NXT he was always mid-card. I mean, maybe you need guys to fill out your mid-card, especially when you're not the main show. Where you have all these mid-carders that are doing nothing. So, I mean, maybe they're just waiting. Like I said, I don't know. Aiden English, they're trying to figure out what they can do with him, and they're not really figuring it out. I mean, it's It's hard because this match just was. It seems like looking back on it, it looked like it was just like, oh, it's gonna be a match, but it was kind of doomed to fail because it doesn't really matter who loses here because it's gonna hurt somebody that really needs a good, decent push right now if you're gonna do anything with them.
I agree. Both these guys are kind of stuck. I thought it was a good feud for each other. Maybe this is a way to elongate it a little bit, and hopefully Dillinger can go over him on like SummerSlam pre-show or something.
That'd be good. Get his match back.
Yeah. Who knows?
You got it's on the chat. I don't have it open right now.
I do not.
Let me pull it up.
So we might as well talk about another thing real quick before we go into the tag championship match. We were told that we would definitely figure out who trashed Breezango's office, and then turns out that we didn't. They just got jumped again. The lights went out and they got jumped. Is this signifying, since we haven't seen Luke Harper, is this signifying Harper and Rowan getting back together?
I really hope not, because that'd be kind of I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, maybe.
Charlie's prediction of TM61, I feel like there's no way. I don't know. They're smaller guys, so I don't know. I'm still down with it being Billy Kay and Peyton Royce personally.
Billy Kay and Peyton Royce attacking Breezango.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
But yeah, with the creepy like lights going out and dragging the bodies away that we got on Battleground, it was weird. They got like kidnapped. I don't know. I think that says Harper and Rowan all over.
Yeah, I mean, it could also say Ascension, and I feel like it could almost kind of say like a debuting Authors of Pain who are nowhere near ready. By the way, I'm just throwing that out there. That could also kind of, because they're kind of like, they're not spooky, but they're like the take you out kind of guys. Like. I don't know.
Right, exactly.
I don't know. It's just weird. They could be. You're probably right. It is probably Harper and Rowan. Like now thinking about it, I don't know. I really hope it's not something that simple because I don't think it's gonna get over as they think it will. Just throwing them together again.
Charlie, what do you think?
I hope. I don't know. Mixed feelings. Jace Johnson says maybe it's setting up for a Hype Bros heel turn. I could definitely see that.
That was a popular pick. A lot of people said it was Hype Bros.
I could definitely see that. I mean, they have, SmackDown has more teams than Raw right now, but I don't know. It's weird. I almost wanted to add another one, to add something new.
None of the teams
Harper and Rowan going back again.
Yeah.
Well,
especially
speaking of a new face, actually, go ahead, Garrett.
I was just gonna say, like, especially after they just broke up again, and now they're gonna go straight back together because Bray's gone. Like, I don't understand how that would work.
Maybe them and someone else, like maybe Rowan and another guy, or Harper and another guy.
It's not like they just broke up, bro. Harper's been on his own for like a year. Rowan's been on himself for a while.
But they've been. I mean, they were just like feuding like a month or two ago.
The last time we saw them, but that was still a year ago. I don't know. Who knows?
It's a definite option.
WWE, it doesn't need logic, does it?
Has it been long since either of them have been? Has it really been that long since either of them have been on TV?
Oh God,
no,
yeah,
Harper's been on TV.
Yeah, they were on after WrestleMania, but after that they've kind of both drifted off. So
yeah,
I don't know.
So yeah, but it's been a while since they teamed for sure.
Oh yeah,
because one of them always gets hurt. So, we already talked Aiden English, Ty Dillinger, Charlie. Is there anything you really wanted to add to that?
I mean, maybe this is setting up something bigger for English than people thought. I don't know.
Yeah, but what about
Crime Time returning?
What?
Jay says, "What about Crime Time returning?"
Oh man,
can we not?
That makes something.
Didn't JTG get arrested? Isn't he in jail?
Yeah, I think I heard about that a while ago.
Yeah, I think he got arrested last year. JTG arrested. Maybe it was Shad. It was one of them. Right there. JTG was arrested earlier today after an attempted armed robbery. What was the date on this? Shit, I can't see a date. But, yeah. So
I think they took the crime time name a little too seriously there.
Yeah, there you go.
you know what? True. So we kicked off the show with what was undoubtedly the best match of the night. The New Day ended up taking the titles. Your boy calling it, the one rogue, which Rick was the only one that picked Aiden English in the pre-show match too, so kind of funny. But yeah, New Day ended up winning in what was just an awesome match. It was pretty clean. Weren't any shenanigans. And even though they had the man up, the man advantage, 3 people instead of 2, Big E didn't get involved at all, which I thought was a nice touch because he could have. And I thought this was Xavier Woods' best match I think he's ever had on WWE television. What do you think, Garrett?
Yeah, I mean, there's no denying that the guy's got the ability to do this when he goes out there. He just is usually either featured less when he has matches, or he's the guy on the side with the trombone, So he doesn't really get a chance to show how good he is. I mean, if you watched his stuff from TNA, he was always a good technical wrestler, he was just never given a good enough gimmick. And now that he's got the gimmick of just being Xavier Woods, he can just go out there and put it all on the table, especially now that they've got that we are the longest reigning tag champs thing. He's always got that accolade you can go back to if you ever wanted to pursue a singles run, I was the longest reigning tag champion,
Exactly. And I told Charlie and Rick during the pay-per-view, I was like, you remember how irrelevant Xavier Woods was? Like, he was just the guy on the outside, and Kofi and Big E for I want to say the first 6 months they were together, I don't think Xavier Woods wrestled at all. He just stood on the outside and was just kind of their cheerleader. And now, I mean, he launched himself all the way across the ring with the elbow drop at the end. That was pretty sick, wasn't it, Charlie?
Pretty good stuff. Absolutely.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Well,
do you have anything you want to add?
I think I'm lagging.
Okay. You're coming across clear, but if just let us know if it clears up at all. So we had Sami Zayn versus Mike Kanellis. Go ahead, Garrett. Yeah, I agree. That was my reaction.
He left the room. Is that what I just saw?
Yeah, it was not good, bro. You're the Mike Bennett fanboy, bro. Tell us how great this match was.
So Mike Bennett was in this match.
I gotta say though, hold on, bro. Maria looks better than she did when she was in the WWE before.
I'll agree with that.
Does look good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even remember the specifics of this match. I think Sami Zayn won.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. I don't remember how. I know that I was kind of tuned out during this match, even though I was kind of interested in it because I was the only one that really kind of even defends Mike Bennett a little bit. I don't know. I was happy to see that they're not just gonna have her be the wrestler; they're actually having him fight. He's still pretty good in the ring. I mean, they put on a pretty decent match. I feel like Sami Zayn's one of those guys that can pull a good match out of almost anybody.
This lets Maria be on TV, so she stays relevant, and then they can also save her for a match, which is good because she's really good. We all thought we knew that they wouldn't have signed Mike Bennett just on his own. They wanted Maria back.
Oh, God.
So we thought that he would be pulling an Ellsworth. So it's kind of nice that he's getting some time. Even though it's still centered around her. But, yeah, Sami Zayn picks up the win in this one. Pretty clean. It was good. It was a good match. Just kidding. It was not a good match. Let's be real. We had one good match on this show, and we already talked about it. So, Baron Corbin and Shinsuke Nakamura had a match. Corbin kicked Nakamura in the nuts and got himself disqualified, so Nakamura technically wins. Charlie?
That's all you got to say about it, man.
Yeah, it was.
Dude, I don't know, man. It was very, very long and boring.
It was, yeah, that was the thing, too. They gave him time. It was at least 10 minutes of just boring, and it was one of those matches where the way they were pacing it, it's all right, they're just starting slow because they're going to give them some time and they're going to pick it up and the match is going to have a really good ending. And they were just slow. Nakamura started to pick it up and then he got kicked in the nuts and that was the end of the match.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is what happens when you put a guy who's got the briefcase and a guy who needs a really big push in the same match. They choose to just go for a not really finished finish because they don't want to hurt either guy.
We should have known that was gonna happen. But Garrett, how does it feel to be the one that went rogue, saying Corbin was gonna win? You're the one wrong person, bro. Lucas, who doesn't even watch WWE, had you beat on 2 consecutive matches. He picked Zayn and Nakamura.
Damn.
Zayn won.
No, I'm saying Lucas picked Zayn. You picked Kanellis.
Oh, did I? Man, I don't know why I did that.
Yeah, bro, dude. Hold on. Did you do an offer? Oh no, you picked Cena. You're good.
Oh.
An offer.
And you picked Mahal.
Oh.
But at that point, you had picked Dillinger, Usos, Kanellis, and Corbin.
Wow. I don't even know what I was thinking.
Okay. Charlie, I'm gonna give you a solid 3 minutes. Tell us about this flag match. Because you had some
I don't know, dude. This was just I don't even have words for it, man. The best way to describe it is a man I don't even know. I'm trying to describe it. Maybe you can do the motion for the camera here that we were doing. So, yeah.
He's almost there, and dude, almost
That's
got
what the entire match felt like.
It really didn't help that there was basically the same exact kind of match next.
I gotta ask, bro, how much did that flag weigh?
That flag must have weighed 500 pounds. Easily.
It weighed more than Rusev.
And when Rusev has John Cena knocked out cold on the ramp face down, instead of putting his flag into the holder and winning the match, why does he then take about 2 minutes to walk over, grab 2 tables, and set them up next to the podium?
And not even next to his podium either.
Yeah. Christopher Simmons asked, what was your reaction when Braun threw the security guard like that out of the ring? It must have been at the beginning of Raw. I did not see this.
Oh, dude, Charlie, you got to watch that. I forgot to talk about that. Okay, so Strowman got pissed, called security to come break him up, and they were holding back all 3 of the guys, Strowman, Joe, and God damn it, the big dog. So Braun Strowman is in the ring, and Roman Reigns and Samoa Joe are both outside getting held up by security. And then Strowman is in the ring, like on his own, and the little shrimpy security guys start coming into the ring. He throws one like through the middle of the ropes. It was an okay bump. He takes a guy, grabs him by the neck, and chucks him from the center of the ring almost to the ramp, like another 3 feet. And the guy would have landed flat back right on the steel ramp. But he landed on the mat. But it's still that guy. That's worse than the bump that the guy took off the prison last night. Like, there is no way that didn't hurt because he landed flat on his back. He took the bump as good as he could have taken it. But kudos to that guy because that was disgusting.
That had to be like a wrestler that gets thrown around a lot. It's just his job to get thrown out of the ring like that or something. Like,
dude, how do you
want to hope? You want to hope you don't, but you want to hope that there's somebody out there that just chooses to do that. Like the people that would normally be in like death matches and stuff, or like the guys that are just like, yeah, just throw me out of the ring like that, whatever.
New Jack.
The New Jack gets thrown out of the ring. I think he's gonna run back in and throw you out of the ring.
Yeah, that was disgusting. I should have talked about that on Raw. That was pretty fun. So Cena wins the flag match. Go USA. We had New Day come out in USA gear. We had Cena come out in USA gear. We had Styles come out in USA gear. Like literally everyone was go USA. And then Orton and Mahal is obviously USA versus India. And it's really awkward when all they're doing is talking about how great the USA is and how the rest of the world sucks, and then we get to go and talk about how great all the announcers are from these foreign countries. we show them one by one and talk about how great the rest of the world is, even though we've been bashing them for 3 hours. We had a 5-way women's #1 contender match, elimination match. They did the right thing and eliminated Tamina and Lana pretty quick. And then after that, Natty gets the pin on Becky Lynch and Charlotte. And Natalya is the #1 contender. Raise your hand if you saw that coming.
Did not see that coming at all.
Damn liars if you're at home raising your hand. But when you think about it, there's probably going to be a pretty good technical match between Natty and Naomi, and these girls have known each other for a while.
That's true.
What do you think, Garrett?
I think you're right about the technical aspect. On the mic, it should be like really good on one side, or really
There's
good.
going to be a lot of feeling the glow and a lot of cats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like my cats glow brighter than you, or something like.
God.
Something really god awful like that, you know.
Naomi's going to show up with a bedazzled dog at the pay-per-view.
Oh my!
To run off her cat. Dude, okay, Garrett, what do you think of Naomi's championship belt?
I think it's been terrible.
See, I kind of like it.
He said the belt. Did you think the ring?
Oh, the belt. Oh. I don't know. I like custom. I like custom belts. I don't know if I like this one as much. Like at first, I was like, "Oh, it's cool. She's got her own custom belt," but like, it's gonna be gone the instant anyone else wins that belt because no one else is gonna want a glowing belt, you know?
Dude, I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been Big Show that won the U.S. title off Cena after he had the spinner for like a year.
Yeah.
And then Big Show didn't replace it for like a month, and it was just so weird. Big Show walking around with this little spinner belt.
Well, then they had John Cena's spinner WWE championship, and then no one replaced that for like 10 years or something, you know, whatever it was. So,
yeah.
Like, even though that belt was really good, and like a lot of people, like really good runs came out of that belt, I'm just saying, like it was like that belt needed to go when Cena was no longer able to wrestle.
Absolutely. I mean, you saw how fast the Edge title went. He had the cool black title.
That was a cool title, the Rated R Championship. I like that.
Championship. That was awesome. I always liked the original. I don't know if this is true, but the first one I remember them putting the plates on the side was The Rock with the Bulls.
Oh,
yeah.
That was really cool. And then Stone Cold did it. Yeah.
The Rock had a custom. Yeah, I forgot he had a custom WWE Championship. Stone Cold had a custom belt.
Yep. And now they always do the plates for each individual person, but
which is almost better because that means everybody's going to get a custom belt in a way. But and you know, if they give them like a version of the belt to have at home, which I'm sure they give some of the bigger stars like a version to have with their plates on it, you know, so that they don't, when they lose the belt, they don't just like be told, haha, get fucked, you know.
So is there any way Carmella doesn't cash in her briefcase at SummerSlam to try to save this match?
Save it as in, what do you mean?
As in, people aren't going to care who wins the title, Naomi or Natty. So the only way that they can make people care about this match is to have Carmella run in and cash in.
I mean, maybe.
Ooh, Christopher Simmons in the chat. I heard rumors John Cena and Randy Orton versus Jinder Mahal and Great Khali. Wow, bad booking for WWE. No title shot at SummerSlam. Wow.
That'd be interesting.
Bro, I'll just be honest. I'll say it right here on the podcast. That should have been Jeet Rama instead of Great Khali in that spot right there.
You're just a hater, bro. You don't like
too legit.
Great Khali can't even walk, man.
Great Khali climbed 10 feet up the side of a bamboo structure.
This would have been the spot. I mean, it could have been a Braun Strowman type spot. Braun Strowman was never on NXT TV. No one knew who the guy was. No one really knows Jeet unless you go to the NXT shows, you've just seen him. This would, I don't know, man. He's like 6'10".
Yeah, but think about the pop from people. Who are they going to know more, Jeet or the Great Khali? I thought it was a great spot. I mean, let's talk about it now. I mean, it was the main event. We'll talk about U.S. title after this. I don't know. Randy Orton, Jinder Mahal. Charlie, do you want to talk about? Dude, they almost got to that to those doors. They almost got to those first three, right?
Oh yeah, dude. They were, like you did the hand thing earlier. It was that close, man.
They almost had it.
That,
They were
that
reaching.
close. His hand was he was about to put his hand through, whacked away. Not
And
happening.
what I thought was great that the Singh brothers were like, yeah, we can't be in the structure with you. And then it's like, oh, how will they ever get into the structure if they want to? They're so tiny, they just climb through the holes in the structure and pulled Jinder Mahal out of the door, which is pretty good.
Well, they were under the ring first, weren't they?
Yeah, at first they were, but then they were able to climb through the little
And
thing.
then they were just jumping through the holes.
Yeah.
It was funny. So,
Dude, I'm pretty sure I could get through there. I mean, those things are huge, you know.
Oh, yeah. Jinder Mahal gets out of the first structure first. Randy Orton has to climb up over the structure. We do some stuff. Have a couple big spots. Randy Orton kicks off one of the Singh brothers. He falls about 15 feet and crashes through the table. Those Singh brothers know how to take a bump, bro.
My God, they do.
And he did something to the other one. It wasn't nearly as bad, though. That was the big spot of the whole match. Singh brother went crashing through the table. It was pretty awesome.
Do you guys like what they're doing with them? As in just kind of having them just take all these massive bumps to get a pop?
Hell yeah.
Or would you rather watch them wrestle on 205 Live?
No.
Yeah. No, like,
They'd
yeah,
be
they're
buried on 205 Live.
yeah, they wouldn't have much to do
Exactly.
They know
there.
that this is a better spot.
And it works for them, man. When they get their first match, they're going to be booed out of the building, and that's what the goal is.
I mean,
Yeah,
what would you rather be? Would you rather be the manager at your local McDonald's or the assistant to the CEO at a Fortune 500 company?
Yeah, exactly. So
It's like they're being paid to take these ridiculous bumps. They know these bumps might get really hurt doing these bumps, but they're like, man, that paycheck's gonna come either way, you know?
Does Vince McMahon care if either of these guys die?
Probably not.
I mean, is Great Khali going to last? Are they going to make a stable and Great Khali going to last in this, or is this a one-time deal?
I don't think he's doing much. Let's be real.
I don't know.
Yeah, Great Khali ends up making a surprise appearance and just climbs halfway up the cage or the prison and just holds Randy Orton by the throat while Jinder Mahal climbs up and over and wins the match.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
This is such a bad match.
I like the ending.
Ending was cool.
I mean,
Yeah,
it was
fun.
affected, but like, I felt like I was watching basically the flag match again. That didn't need to be planted. You just needed to.
Right, exactly.
It's like here's how intimidating the Punjabi prison is. It's a steel cage with 3 extra doors on it, and then in hell in a cell with no roof.
Yeah, but it's bamboo, bro.
When they got out of that first cage, it picked up. I will say that.
Yeah, I mean they brought some weapons in, which normally you don't see in a Punjabi prison, I guess.
Yeah, they had kendo sticks hanging from the top.
And Michael
Cole played it off like Jinder Mahal was snapping pieces off the side of the prison.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I saw this on the Fightful podcast last night. What was stopping Baron Corbin from cashing in his Money in the Bank and entering himself into the match and then being like, I'm outside the cage. I did it.
Hey, I saw something about that.
That would have been pretty good.
Or like he climbs up over in, throws there's a referee, you know, because they're in between the 2 cages. Throws the referee the briefcase, and then he just climbs back out while they're distracted. That'd be great. Baron Corbin has entered this match. Baron Corbin has escaped or something, you know?
I definitely like the way they ended it better than that. That would have been pretty lame. But yeah, then we had another match that to me was a huge disappointment. AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens for the U.S. title. Kevin Owens won, I believe. Yeah.
Yes, he is the U.S. champion.
Which
In a very, very long
you're all
time.
wrong, except for Lucas, the one that doesn't watch wrestling. So
He knows something.
Real quick, Jace, he says, this is a random question, LOL. But what is the best possible situation for a Santino Morello return? He says, sorry for the randomness. We don't mind.
Morello, dude, Charlie hates Santino. Cut a promo.
Yeah, from what I've seen on him, I've never watched him live, like, you know, while he was active on wrestling. or from what I've seen, it was just kind of goofy. But I don't see a return because I think they found their little comedy man in Enzo now. So
He needs to come back and beg Emma for her love.
hey, yeah, there you go.
Hey, welcome back. Hey, what's going on, John Cena? That's terrible. I can't do an Italian accent.
Yeah, I'm not even going to attempt it, bro. But I always liked Santino Morelli. He was good for like a cool little pop here and there. He'd be cool to just come out on one random episode of SmackDown and get killed by a heel. Just
Royal Rumble return, dude. Royal Rumble return.
Yep.
No.
See if he can break his own record.
Nah, the record's owned by somebody else now. I forget who. Someone else got jobbed out in that spot. Yeah, seriously. No, it was like 0.3 seconds or something.
Oh my god.
It was at like the last couple of Royal Rumbles. I can't remember who it was. It might have been the last one. I know someone went way faster.
Wow.
Like they were in, and like you know how Santino was
0.1 of a sec. He's still 1 second.
Oh, is he still 0.1? Wow.
Titus O'Neil was 4 seconds in 2015.
Ah, that's probably what I thought it was.
Jeez,
Okay.
man. So Kevin Owens and AJ Styles, it was a match.
Was not their best.
I mean, it picked up a little bit, but it never really hit that spot.
It started off so slow that people checked out of the match.
Yeah.
And if I remember right, did this follow the flag match?
It might have.
I think it did. So people, I mean, by this time, people had forgotten about the tag title match, and everything was absolute not good.
The flag match followed this.
Oh, okay.
Did everyone in USA representing with USA gear representing the USA besides John Cena lose on this pay-per-view?
No, New Day won.
New Day won, yeah.
Or were they sporting US gear? Yeah, you're right. But like only like the two teams that you really don't want to have lose, or only the two people that you really don't want to have lose in those matches, though.
Hey, at least we all got this prediction right. Neither Carmella nor Baron Corbin cashed in. So,
hey,
good job, us. All right, who ended up winning this? All right, I had 1, 2. Here, I can pull this up. I can.
While you're looking that up, Jay said he just wants Santino versus Ellsworth. Right after Ellsworth said he's the best comedy actor or something. So.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember they were going at each other on Facebook or on Twitter. All right, so I had 1, 2, 3, 4. Charlie had 1, 2, 3.
Nope,
Yeah.
I only had 2 because Kanellis didn't win.
Oh yeah, you're right. Wait, so then I think I had 3 as well. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, I had 4. All right. Garrett had 1, 2. I think Lucas is gonna win, bro. Lucas had 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, dude, he picked Orton. And then Rick had 1, 2, 3. All right, Lucas and I are tied. I'll take the win, tiebreaker, and the leader of the podcast gets to break the tie, so I win.
Oh, there you go.
That's how it goes.
how does it feel that you got matched by someone that doesn't watch wrestling?
Echoes the show. It wasn't a predictable.
How does it feel that you got beat by someone that doesn't watch wrestling?
Damn.
Exactly. You know what? You take your blob and like it. All right. Anyway, that's it for reactions. Stay tuned. SmackDown's tomorrow. Raw Deal podcast will drop on Wednesday. And stay tuned for Big Brother podcast with me and Cha Weeze. Which, by the way, Charlie likes to go by Chaz or Cha Weezy.
When he goes by Chaz, I'm so calling him Chaz now.
Yes.
Yeah.
My mom calls him Chuck.
No. No Chuck for you.
No Chuck. All right. But anyway, that'll do it. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, click the little bell so you know when we go live, and we'll catch you on Wednesday.
Peace.